All right, good evening, everybody. It's a warm Sunday night here in the Big Bend region. It's been close to 80 in some parts of our region this afternoon. Feels like temperatures up in Bainbridge today were up as high as 82 degrees. Can you believe that today? It's February, folks, and just a couple of days ago, we were still in the low to mid 20s for those lows. No chance of that returning over the next couple of days at least. We've got the next weather maker coming in as we head into the middle parts of the week. We've actually got a couple of different systems moving through over the next couple of days. The big one comes in on Wednesday, and I'll get into that here in just a second here. But let's talk about those temperatures today. We were talking about temperatures in the mid 70s. We were expecting those mid 70s when we forecasted here on Friday when Shane was here. And then we really had to bump up those temperatures today. We actually made it up into the upper 70s, as I talked about there in southern Georgia. Let's talk about those high temperatures as we move into across the region today. Here's our graphics today for, look at Bainbridge, 79 degrees today. Talking about 80s for feels like temperature 76 here in Tallahassee, 77 in Quincy, feeling like the upper 70s. That heat index actually kicked in. We're so used to the those wind chills during the morning hours, but today we had that heat index kick in. 73 still a little bit cooler down in Apalachicola, where those water temperatures are still in the 50s and 60s here in the Big Bend region. But look at Perry, Valdosta, just about everybody getting into those 70s today. It's the only cool spot down towards the coast again. But look at the climb we've had over the last couple of days. Temperatures, we started off in the 50s for the highs on Friday, and then we climbed up into the 60s, almost 70 degrees in a couple of spots yesterday. And then today we really took off. Temperatures, we climbed up into the upper 60s, upper 70s rather. We were here on campus in the mid 70s, down at the airport, about 76, 77 degrees down there. But really the big change has been the dew point recently. We started off the day on Friday with dew points around 2 degrees. That's very, very low dew points, very low moisture content in the atmosphere right outside your door as well. And that we got winds came out of the south on Friday and Saturday. Today they've been actually gusting in a few spots, upwards of 20 miles per hour. That dew point is now in the 60s, folks. That's almost bordering on the summer type temperatures for the dew points. A little bit muggy in some spots, really kicked into that heat index up into Georgia. Here's what it looks like on satellite and radar, though. Mostly clear sky here for our southeastern parts of the region. Wouldn't even know that the next storm system is coming down for our folks in Perry. But look off towards the north. There's actually a decent line of showers from just northwest of Enterprise up towards Macon and into South Carolina and North Carolina as well. But the real mess is well out towards our west. That's going to be our weather maker as we head into the middle parts of the week. Shreveport, Dallas, working on that rainfall right now. But those temperatures are going to start to drop as we head through the evening out there. Here we're only going to be dropping into the 50s tonight. Starting in the 70s now, going into the mid 50s, about 55 degrees here in Tallahassee, but parts of North Texas are going to be well below freezing. Another dose, kind of almost their first dose, real dose of that wintry weather. All the wintry weather so far has been well off to the east, but they have had some cooler temperatures as of recently. Just haven't had those that moisture really line up. Here's from our friends at the National Weather Service in Dallas-Fort Worth. This is what they're expecting up there. If you've got friends in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, expect some travel troubles up there. And if you're traveling that way, it's going to be even worse. Looking towards the north and west of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, they're expecting upwards of 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain and then upwards of an inch of sleet up there. Could actually have some thunder sleet up there in northwestern Texas, up towards the Red River area. Wanted to take a quick look out there. And then for our friends in the Houston office, down towards Houston, Galveston, I see you on Twitter following us. Thank you for the follow this morning on Twitter. Looking up towards the north of Houston, mostly rain for the Houston area, but up north for College Station, they're talking about sleet and some freezing rain as well. I think the sleet's going to remain well north of that area, but freezing rain is certainly a possibility there. And then this whole system slides off towards the east. Here's the current warnings out right now for Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. We're talking about winter storm warning. That's, again, for that sleet that accumulating rain, the accumulating freezing rain, rather, that's damaging up there for most of the state of Texas. Winter weather advisory for the possibility of some freezing rain, snow, sleet, that sort of thing. 1 to 3 inches expected across Oklahoma and Arkansas as well. Freezing rain advisory, probably the most damaging advisory out there for just north of Houston. That's because those accumulations upwards of 1/10 of an inch. Off towards the east, though, we really clear out for here in Tallahassee and across the Big Bend. High pressure's in control for now. There will be a dry front pushing through, or I think it's going to be dry, but there is a couple of showers, as we saw a little bit ago, across southeast Alabama into Georgia. I think that's going to peter out as it gets closer to the area. All of the wintry weather impacts are going to be well off towards the north of our area. Here's our future cast here tonight. A couple of showers, as I mentioned, already ongoing across Alabama and Georgia. That's going to slowly slide to the east. The real mess is going to be well off towards the west. Look at this map for 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Rain clears out as I think they're going to fall apart up towards the north here, but look off towards the west. Dallas, Amarillo, down into San Antonio maybe, getting in on that sleet, freezing rain mixture, going up into snow for Amarillo, also up into Oklahoma City as well. Maybe a few flakes falling across the Appalachians, Great Smoky Mountains, up into West Virginia. And then as we head into tomorrow night, that sleet and freezing rain slides off towards the east for Louisiana. Down here, though, we're going to be mostly dry tomorrow, about a 20% chance of rain. We work into tomorrow night, we start clocking up those rain chances to about 40% during the overnight hours. Most of the rain still off towards the north and west. For our Tuesday, we get into that rainfall about noontime, about a half an inch, I think, about on Tuesday for our lucky spots here. Talking about rainfall, no wintry weather precip here across the Big Bend areas. The real wet stuff comes in on Wednesday as a low pressure system will take shape off the coast well into the Gulf of Mexico, and it's going to slide off towards the south, bringing in a couple of thunderstorms possibly for our coastal locations on Wednesday. Tonight, though, we're looking at 55 degrees with increasing cloud cover, slight chance of a shower, especially off towards the north and west. West wind at 5 miles per hour, shifting from the east. That's going to bring in even more moisture. That dew point's going to clock out into the mid to upper 60s. For tomorrow, we're talking about the 70s again, about 20% chance of rain for tomorrow as well. Mostly cloudy skies. Similar to today, a little bit cooler because of the extra cloud cover, but it will be still warm and almost muggy in some spots tomorrow. Those clouds really going to be the main story for tomorrow. Look at the rainfall for the next 5 days. This goes through Friday night at 7 p.m. Some spots with this low pressure system moving in from Texas across the Gulf Coast, we're going to be in the wet side of this system here in the Big Bend, especially in Georgia, and even more so in Alabama. Some spots could see upwards of 2.5 inches of rainfall throughout this week as that low pressure system scoots on by towards the south. Here's our 5-day. This is what we're looking at. Cool front comes through late tonight, early tomorrow morning, or rather Monday night into Tuesday morning. It's going to be a little bit slower. I think the models are currently showing. I think we're going to have a pretty decent day tomorrow. Warm side, a couple of degrees warmer than that average high of 70 degrees. And then low pressure moves through on Wednesday. I don't think we'll have too many thunderstorms, mostly on the rainy side. Maybe a thunderstorm or two for Apalachicola, St. Mark's down towards the coastal locations. And then we start to clear out by Thursday afternoon. And then by Friday, we clear out and start to warm up again from those 50s on Wednesday up into the 60s. And then a repeat performance of this weekend for next weekend. A little bit cool starting out on Friday and Saturday morning. But really, we're starting to warm up. Rain chances return, unfortunately, for next weekend. But we're looking better for next weekend. Warmer. The 70s will be making a return as we head back towards next weekend, back into the 70s. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. But again, if you're heading off towards the north and west, from Dallas, Shreveport, maybe in Memphis again, Huntsville, going to be talking about that sleet, that snow as well. That sleet could be actually accumulating 1 to 2 inches in some spots up there. It's going to be a messy travel. I-20, 30, and 40. Once again, if you're anywhere going into the Metroplex up in Dallas, messy week for you there. Clearing out by Tuesday there, and then that system moves into our neck of the woods as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. That's going to be the messy day. If you have to choose a day to go out, pick Friday because it's going to be the clearest, a little bit on the cool side, but that humidity goes away by Tuesday, cooling off Tuesday as well. The next weekend is looking warm, a little bit wetter though. We'll have to nail down those details here. This week, Nikki will be in tomorrow afternoon for your forecast here at 6 o'clock on live stream YouTube, Instagram, and on Twitter here. If you have any questions I'm watching here for the next couple of minutes, I'll be answering those on Twitter. But for now, I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis, and have a great night, have a warm night, and get outside tonight.